What is up, guys? Stark here. I am back for another Fate video, and in today's video we have the big video. Here is going to be the banner schedule for 2022. We finally have Saber Astolfo released on the game, so now that should be all banners have been out on for the year, I guess, however you want to say it. All banners for 2021 have been released, so now we can go ahead and talk about 2022 as a whole. So essentially what this video is, it's just going to be me going through every single summonable banner in 2022. We're going to break it up by month. It's kind of like a big version of my calendar video, just not as in-depth individually by the months. We're going to look at it by the year. So yeah, there's just a ton of really good banners this year in my opinion, and although the newer characters that come out aren't exactly the best batch of characters, and I will be doing a separate video ranking all of those characters, like the exclusive characters for 2022. I'll be doing like a tier list video for those. But for today, we're just going to be talking about the actual banners and which characters come out where. And like I said, the newer characters aren't the best, but there are some really good gems this year. And the older banners, where we get like old characters that are already out, are really good. You have a lot of opportunities to pick up pretty much every character in the game, and it's really crazy. And if you can't get some of those characters this year, or like if they're not available, then they're going to be available next year. And I didn't do the exact list, but I'm pretty sure every character will be coming up here at least some point in the next year or next year. But maybe except for Arjuna Alter, I think he probably is the only one, off the top of my head anyway, that doesn't really have anything, which is a bit of a shame. But you can snag him on GSSRs. But like I said, I could be wrong about that. I didn't look. It's just when I'm making this video, I was like, oh, hey, that character. Haven't seen that character in a little while. And then, oh, hey, this is another limited time character that showed up. So it just felt like there's a lot of variety for this year. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at it. We don't want to talk about this too long. It's going to be a long video. There's a lot of banners. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the entire year. But let's just jump right into it and get started with the New Year 2022 Pickup Summon banner. So traditionally for New Year's, you get a new character with a bunch of old characters coming back, and most of those characters are very good. This year is no exception to that rule. We do have the new Foreigner, Yang. She's a pretty good character in my opinion. Most New Year's servants are pretty good characters. I'm definitely going to be pulling for her myself. I'll probably be pulling for every new banner, honestly, at this point. I'm just going to try and get all the characters. But she does come with some really good other characters as well, and every single one of these characters will have their own unique rate up day. So if you do want a specific character, you could just wait until that day, and then you can go ahead and pull for them. So we have Skahak, we have Summer BB, we have Gilgamesh, we have Mothman, we have Kiara, and we have Shiki. Now, our version might be a little different. We might get different servants, but they're still expecting to be really good servants. Like, because we got Skahak for Thanksgiving, so I don't know if we'll necessarily get her for New Year's. They might substitute that out for somebody else. But really, at the end of the day, we're going to get a really good batch of characters for the New Year's Pickup Summon. So as always with the New Year's, we also do get the guaranteed SSR. One of the coolest things, you just get a free 5-star character. The best part about this was, I mean, it's not new. It's been like this for a little while, but they did cut the cost down to 15 Saint Quartz. So that's really nice. The big drawback here is that it's paid Saint Quartz only, so you will have to spend some money in order to get the GSSR. But I do think even if you are free to play, I do think pulling for the GSSRs is an exception to the rule, something everyone should be doing in order to pick up these 5-star characters. It's not that much, you know, it's not going to tarnish your free to play record. I guess if you want to look at it, like, I guess technically you're spending money on the game, but GSSRs don't come around very often, so, you know, I don't think anyone's going to fault you for going to pull on the GSSRs. I am also doing a giveaway. I will be having the official date for that relatively soon. I'm not doing it on Christmas this year because I just don't think that pulling for Saber Astolfo is really worth the giveaway. Going to push it later on towards the newer year so you guys can use it on something like this. So there you go. You don't even have to spend money. Just win my giveaway and use the gift card for it. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this. So limited time servants are available, and they're separated by class this year. So you pick whatever class you want, and you get lucky and pull for a 5-star character in that class. Guaranteed to get at least one. Might get more than one. Sometimes people do get 2 or 3. Pretty crazy luck there. Me personally, I will be going back for Lancers to try and get Brynhild. And if I pull a 5th Ereshkigal, then I wouldn't be terribly upset, but it would just be like the biggest meme in the world because I pulled Ereshkigal 3 straight GSSRs. So we'll see what happens for number 4. Technically, there's a 25% chance I'll get her because there's only 4 Lancers, but all in all, there's some really good characters there. You guys can see the list of all the characters. It's separated by class, so you guys can see exactly which characters are available. And there will be another GSSR later on in the year with the addition to some of the newer characters that come out. I believe that's towards the anniversary, so just keep that in mind. There is also, well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, this is the Lucky Bag Summon for 2022. Next up, we do have the rerun of last year's New Year's event, which would feature Benny Enma. So we're going to have 2 banners for this. We'll have Benny Enma rated up, we'll have Tamamo rated up, and we will also have Old Man Lee rated up as 5-star servants. For the 4-star servants, we have Diarmid and we have Tomoe Gozen. For the most part, for repeat banners, I'm not going to talk about them too much. Just going to kind of go ahead and talk about just what characters are rated up. And then for the final banner in January, we do have the Tower event, which will feature Cleopatra and Osaka Behime as the rated up 5-star characters. And then we also do have the Berserker of El Dorado as the 4-star rated up servant, who I do believe also gets a costume as well for the Amazon thing. The Tower events are really cool. I'm really excited for the Tower event this time around. I definitely have a lot more servants leveled up to go ahead and give that a really good shot. See if I can get to the top of the tower. But yeah, the Amazonas CEO costume will be available as well. Pretty cool event. Really looking forward to it. Banner, not really that great though. I don't really recommend pulling on the banner. But if you do want any of those 2 characters, then by all means, go ahead and pull for that. Alright, next up we have the first banner for February, and that is going to be the Epic of Remnants pickup summon. This one's a really interesting pickup summon banner because it doesn't have any 5-star servants available. Don't really see that too often, and they easily could have. They could have just done the Archer Shinjuku in there, and boom, you got a 5-star servant. But no, there's no 5-star servants. You just have the ability to pull for Artoria Altar, Emiya Altar, Lobo, and we are going with the Assassin of Shinjuku. Cannot pronounce his actual name. Anyway, yeah, you can tell how much I use that character. But yeah, this is the first banner of February. I really don't recommend pulling on this banner at all unless you do want some of those characters for like completion's sake or anything like that. Next up, we do have the Interlude 12 pickup summon. This will feature 5-star Lancer Bradamante and 5-star Berserker Shang Yu. I keep messing up names. Next up, for the second banner in February, we do have the Interlude 12 pickup summon featuring Bradamante and Shang Yu, as well as Asclepius as the 3-star servant. I do point that out because he is story locked, so if you didn't get him when he came out for Lost Belt 4, then now's a really good opportunity to try and pick him up. The one really annoying thing here is that both the Epic of Remnants banner and the Interlude 12 pickup summon banner featured the Archer of Shinjuku on the event poster, and he's not available on either of these banners, which is kind of annoying. But I don't understand why they do interlude banners and don't include all the characters that have interludes. Like Benny Emma's on there, and Archer Shinjuku's on there, and Hot Wheels is also on there, and they're not available on the banner. So that's really annoying. I always hate when they do that. But I guess all 3 of those characters will be rated up at some point during the year anyway. So if you did want them, just stay tuned and figure out which banner they're on and go from there. Next up, we have the Valentine's Day pickup summon. We're really not going to go ahead and talk about all the servants available here, but you're going to have a new 5-star Archer Sei. She's going to be the limited time servant, the new limited time servant for the Valentine's Day banner, and she will be paired up every day with one of another female character. Non-limited time, but they are story lock characters, are also available. So each day she'll be paired up with one of those characters, and if you do want any of those characters, then you'll be able to see the specific rate up days for them. It's just one at a time. So I believe there will be 2 separate banners running at the same time. So like, for example, it'll be Sei and Artoria, and then it'll be Sei and Jack like at the same time. So you could just flip-flop between which banners you would like to pull for. Me personally, I am going to go ahead and talk about all the banners that I definitely am going to be pulling for. And for me, I'm definitely pulling for Sei, and I might pull on the Quetzalcoatl banner to try and get her as well. She's one of the few characters that I don't have, and it would be a really good opportunity to pull for her there. Yeah, so I think that would be the optimal period for me. Alright, next up we have the 19 million downloads pickup summon. This will feature the 5-star Lancer Ereshkigal and the 4-star Lancer Finn. Now, for me personally, if I don't pull Ereshkigal on the GSSR this year, I might just go ahead and pull for her here to get her MP5. At this point, I have her MP4, might as well just go ahead and finish the job and get her MP5. We'll see what happens in the GSSR. But yeah, if you want Ereshkigal, there you go. Pull for her right there. I guess I should point out that you guys might have noticed that there wasn't a rerun of last year for Valentine's Day. If you did want to get Murasaki, she will be rated up later on in the year. Alright, so next up we have March, and there's only going to be 2 banners in March, a bit of a slow month. The first one is going to be the Chaldea Boys Collection. This is essentially the male version of the Valentine's Day banner. So you have the new 5-star Rider, Odysseus, and every day he'll be rated up along with a different male servant or multiple male servants. No, it's just each day there's just one individual rated up servant. He'll be rated up in every single one of those banners, and then each day it'll switch out for a different male servant. So you guys can see there which ones are available. If you are interested in getting in any of those, then feel free to pull on those days. There's no limited time male servants. They're just regular ones or story locked servants available. And I believe the only female character that you can actually pull is Cersei. I'm not sure why she's in there, but she is. There's an event that goes along with it, so maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, that's the first banner for March. I believe there is also a Craft Essence banner as well. So if you wanted to pull for like older Craft Essences, they'll be all put into the banners, like so from the beginning of the game until last year. Odysseus and Cersei are rated up there as well. I think those are the only rated up characters for that. Didn't include this here in the graphics because we're really only talking about servants, but there should be a Craft Essence summoning campaign as well. Next up we have the Fate Apocrypha rerun event with their own banner, so the Apocrypha characters will be rated up on this banner. So you have Achilles, Shiro, Astolfo, Jack, Mordred, Semiramis, and Vlad as the 5-star servants. And then you have, Siegfried, Ryder Astolfo, Atlanta Altar, Atalanta, Charon, Frankenstein, and Avisaron as the 4-star and 3-star servants. So if you wanted any of the Apocrypha characters, then you would be able to pull for them. Unless you wanted Karna, and then you cannot get Karna, because Karna is not available on this banner. Or Joan of Arc's not available either. There are a few Apocrypha characters that aren't on the banner, but for the most part, I mean, obviously you guys can see on there which ones you can pull for, so if you want any of those, then this is your chance. Also, you'll be able to get the event character Sieg as well. So moving right along to April. April's a pretty big month. We should be getting Lost Belt 5.2 Atlantis, and with that we do get another summoning campaign. So we're going to get a couple new servants. We're going to get the 5-star Saber, Dioscuri, and we're also going to get the 4-star Lancer, Kindness. And then there is going to be a second banner, which will introduce the 5-star Lancer, Romulus. So it's a pretty decent batch of characters, in my opinion. I think Dioscuri is pretty good. Romulus is kind of just okay, in my opinion. But both characters that I will be trying to pick up. Alright, next up we have the 20 million downloads campaign, which is a pretty big deal. If you don't know about it, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it for you guys. First of all, it has an insane lineup of characters, and I really hope that they don't change the lineup, because there are a lot of characters on this list that I will be pulling for, and a lot of characters that I really do want. So we have Musashi. Well, I guess I'll go in the order of the graphic I have. We have Skahak, Brynhild, Da Vinci, Gilgamesh, Ishtar, Jalter, Musashi, and Kintoki, and 3 of those characters are characters that I'm really trying to pull for. If I don't get Brynhild on the GSSR, then I'm going to go ham trying to get her on this banner, and then I'm also going to try and pick up Da Vinci and Kintoki as well. So this is going to be a pretty expensive banner for me, I expect. In addition to that, this is also going to be where we get the free SSR ticket. You guys heard that right. This is not a 4-star character ticket. This is a 5-star character ticket. It's a pretty big deal. So you'll be able to get a free 5-star character of your choice. Unfortunately, this is only for non-limited characters, but there are some pretty good gems in there. I don't have the list available because it's not a banner, but you can get like Waver if you don't have Waver. You can get any non-limited time character like Mordred, Napoleon, Karna, Achilles, like I said, Waver, Jax on there, Nightingale, Vlad, Joan of Arc, Ganesha. Not all those characters, or there's more than those characters, but just give you guys a few examples. Me personally, if everything goes according to plan, then I'll be taking Anastasia with my ticket. She's the only 5-star character on that list that I don't have at this point, I believe. So, and that there's a reason for that. I did that on purpose. I didn't pull for her intentionally because I knew I was going to use that ticket on either her or Europa, and I pulled Europa, so now it's just down to Anastasia for me. No, that's not true. I do need Shang Yu as well, so I do need potentially 2 characters there. But either way, I wanted to make sure that I had at least one character that I needed to get in order to use the ticket on. Otherwise, it would have just been a Noble Phantasm upgrade for one of my other characters, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if they're going to give me a free character that I don't have, I'm going to take that instead. Alright, so we're going to move right along here into May. May has a little bit more going on. Just a bunch of events, really, though. First one is going to be the Gouda Gouda rerun from last year. This will have Okita Altar available. This will have Demon Nobunaga available. This will also have Old Man Lee available. We're also going to get Summer, Oda Nobunaga, and the 3-star character Mori. He is limited as well, so if you haven't gotten him last time, definitely want to pull for him this time. Get at least one copy of him. And being able to pull for a Summer character outside of Summer is a really cool thing. It's actually not really that weird this year. There's a lot of Summer characters that'll be rated up this year. Next up, we have the Fate Requiem banner, the pre-release banner anyway. This will give us the opportunity to pull the 5-star Moon Cancer, Ganesha, and you're also going to have the 5-star Assassin Osaka Behime. 4-star servants will be Thomas Edison and Nursery Rhyme. Next up, we have the Board Game Apocalypse Pickup Summon, which will feature the new 5-star Foreigner Voyager, and also the 4-star Berserker Kijo Koyo. Might have said that wrong. Pretty decent characters, but really, really fun event. I'm really excited for the Board Game Apocalypse. Really cannot wait for that to come out. Moving right along to June. Again, we only have 2 banners in June. Technically, we have more than that, but we only have like 2 events that have banners on them in June. The first one is going to be the rerun of the summer event from last year, the Las Vegas event, which is always a really long event, so that's probably why there's only a couple banners in this month. But it does come with 3 banners, so you have a whole bunch of characters that you could pull for, all of the summer characters from last year. So Musashi, Artoria Bunny, Merlin, and then you could pull for Siegfried, Rider Carmella, Lancer Meld, Assassin Okita, Archer Osaka Behime, and then you also do have Fuma Kotaro available just because of his summer outfit. And then the last banner in June is going to be the Interlude Campaign number 13. This will feature Sherlock Holmes and Rhines available. It also have the 4-star Saber Lakshmi Bai. Moving on to July, we have an insanely interesting and really weird banner. This is going to be Swimsuit plus AoE Noble Phantasms only pickup summon. So I'm not really sure where this came from, but I'm really not that mad about it, honestly. So yeah, Swimsuit plus AoE Noble Phantasm only. So AoE Noble Phantasms and Swimsuit characters. It doesn't have all the Swimsuit characters. I think it's just including them in there. So like Artoria Archer isn't on there from the ones that I can definitely see. Obviously the new ones that just were in the Las Vegas pickup summon aren't there as well. But there are a lot of summer characters available. So you have Nero Caster available, you have Rider Mordred available, you have Caster Marie Antoinette, you have the Assassin Nito Chris. So you do have a bunch of, you have Assassin Ushi Wakamaru as well. Quite a lot of opportunities there to get summer characters. Archer, Joan of Arc is also there. And the other characters, you know, you'll be able to pull for are AoE Noble Phantasm characters. So yeah, it's a really interesting banner. Just me personally, I don't know. I might shoot myself in the foot with this banner because I'm going to be pulling on it, hoping to get Assassin Chris, because she's the only summer character that I don't have, and I really want her, and I really regret not getting her. And yeah, so I'm gonna try for it. If I get a Rider Mordred as well, that would be pretty awesome, but definitely not going to be what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Assassin Chris, and I'm gonna spend a pretty good amount of money trying to get her, and we'll see what else I pick up along the way. But yeah, if you're looking for AoE servants, this is the opportunity to do that. If you just need an AoE servant, if you don't really care which one you get. Other than that, I do think you should stay away from this banner. It's just too many characters on the banner to really pinpoint down one character that you want. And the only reason why that I'm pulling for it is because this is literally the only banner that Assassin Chris is available on. So I'm going to just roll the dice and pray that I can get her. At least she's a 4-star character, so that might make my odds a little bit better. But I do think I'm going to be taking a pretty big L on this banner. After this, though, we do have the Seraph main interlude pickup summon. So the main interludes are a really cool thing they added to the game, which will allow old event characters to come back for a limited time, just so that newer players can pick up those characters, and then they go into the Mana Prism shop where you can pick up for rare Mana Prisms. So that's really cool. It just gives newer players the opportunity to go back and get event characters that they missed. And the first one will come with King Protea rated up and Melt rated up as well. And then for the 4 stars, you have Passionlip and Sasuke Gozen. So pretty good banner in my opinion. And then finally, for July, we have the rerun of Kama's event. So you'll have Kama and Kiara rated up along with the 4-star Saber Yagyu. Now, everything that I just said about July is probably going to happen for us in August, and everything I'm about to talk about in August will probably happen in July. That's just because the anniversary for NA is on July, and the anniversary for JP is in August. But I made it this way because this is the way it happened on JP. So, we all know it's going to be switched, but instead of guessing, I just went ahead and did it this way. You guys should be used to this by now. Alright, so first up, we have the anniversary banner, which will feature Artoria, Pendragon Caster version, Caster Artoria, whatever you want to call her. She will be the new 5-star servant. She is insane. She's going to break the meta and change the meta into arts teams. She's going to be very good. You also do have the rate up of last year's anniversary servant, Ryder Da Vinci. So really good characters. You don't have any breakdown of like story servants throughout every day. It's just Artoria and Da Vinci. Like they're just going to flip flop rate up days. So really there's not much to choose from here, but at the end of the day, the only character you really want is Caster Artoria anyway. So there we go. That's it. Make sure you pull for it. Now Ryder Da Vinci is really good too, but Caster Artoria is game changing really, so definitely strongly recommend pulling for Caster Artoria. In addition to that, we do have the Lucky Bag pickup summon. So this is pretty much exactly the same as the one I talked about earlier, with the addition of the newer characters for the year. Now this one is going to be broken up a little bit differently, so it's not going to be by class this year, it's going to be by year. So the first banner is going to be from like year 1, the second banner will be year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, you know, you guys got the thing about that there. Well, it'll only be 4 banners, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's 5 banners, yeah. So yeah, so anything from year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5 is going to be available on that banner. I don't have it broken down or anything like that. When I talk about when I do it in the calendar, I'll have more of a breakdown, and I will make a separate video about that as we get closer to the GSSR, talking about like which characters you should pull for and stuff like that. But it is separated by release year, so do keep that in mind when you are planning for your GSSRs. And then finally, we do have this year, or next year's, I guess. I'm making this in 2021 still, so next year's summer event. So we do have a whole bunch of new summer characters. In my opinion, this is kind of the weakest of all the summer character batches. It's not going to stop me from pulling for them though. We're going to get a new Kiara, a new Abby. We're going to have Sigurd rated up as well. We'll have a new Ilya, a new Murasaki, new Tomoe Gozen, new Brynhild, and then we'll have Emiya and the Prince of Lan Ling rated up, who will both have summer costumes. Moving into September, we have the 21 Millions download campaign, which will feature Mothman as the 5-star servant. You also do have Lee, the assassin of the Nightless City, and you also do have you as well as your 4-star servants. Next up, we have the interlude campaign number 14, featuring Shuten Doji as your 5-star servant, who I might actually pull for just because I don't have her, and she's the only 5-star character, so maybe I'll go ahead and pull. I guess depends on how the year is going at that point, how lucky I've been, how much courts I have saved, things like that. As far as the other servants, you have Atlanta Alta rated up, you have Avisabron rated up, and you also do have Red Hair rated up as well. And then finally, for the last banner in September, we do have the Dance Tournament Pickup Summon, which will feature Skahak. Her event there is available to get her in her bunny costume, so if you don't have her and you want to pull for her to get that bunny costume, then this is your opportunity to do so. You do also have Diarmid rated up along with Finn and Tamamo Cat. Moving swiftly on into October, we do have another Guda Guda summoning campaign. This will feature Okida and Hijikata. You also do have the 3-star assassin Okada Izo there. He is limited, so if you haven't pulled for him yet, definitely make sure you get some copies of him. Next up, we do have another Guda Guda event. This one's going to be the new one. This will feature Himiko, who's going to be a new 5-star ruler. And you also do have a new 4-star saber, Saito Hajime. Both are pretty good characters in my opinion. I'm really looking forward to getting Himiko on my NA account and being able to combo her with a lot more characters than I have available on JP. Definitely looking forward to it. And then finally for October, we do have the rerun of the Christmas event featuring Saber Astolfo. You also will be able to get Nightingale and Bradamante. As far as Forester Servants, you'll be able to pull Hot Wheels, Nursery Rhyme, and the Rider version of Astolfo. Moving on into November, we do have the Imaginary Scramble pre-release. This will actually bring back Yang as the rated up character. One of the few times where a debut character has come back in the same year, and this is one of those cases you'll be able to pull for Yang. You'll also be able to pull for a couple more batches of summer characters. You'll be able to pull for Summer Frankenstein, Summer Mysterious Heroine XX, and Summer Raiko. So 3 more summer characters added to the mix there. So pretty much you can get a lot of the summer characters this year if you try hard enough. Next up, we do have the actual Imaginary Scramble Pickup Summon featuring a new foreigner character, Van Gogh, and a new writer in Nemo. Nemo is not limited, and Van Gogh is limited. I do think Van Gogh is really cool. I really want to get Van Gogh. I don't know if she's the best character in the world, but I do really like using her. I've used her a lot on JP, and I'm having a lot of fun with her. Nemo is just a solid character in my opinion, nothing special with Nemo. Will definitely be pulling for both of them, though. And then next up, we have the 22 million download campaign featuring Murasaki. So this is where she's available. You know, we didn't get the repeat of the Valentine's Day event for her for last year, but if you did want to pull for her, you do have the opportunity. She's the only character rated up for this, so if you did want her, that would be your opportunity to do so. And then for the final banner in December, we're going to have something of a pre-release campaign for Lost Belt 5.5. This will feature Kintoki rated up along with Raiko. And then for your 4-star servants, you're going to have Danza rated up, and you're going to have Ibaraki Doji as well. This will also lead into getting one of the coolest costumes in the game for Kintoki. In my opinion anyway, I think that's probably one of the coolest costumes that has been released thus far. Moving straight into December, we do have the 5.5 Lost Belt release. There's going to be 2 different banners for this, so you'll be able to get Doman and Ibuki as your rated up 5-star servants. And then as far as 4-star servants go, we do have a new 4-star Saber, Suna, and we also do have the 4-star caster, Medea Lily. Pretty rare character there, in my opinion, to get. Not that great, but she is a token character, so. And then finally, we do have the Christmas banner for 2022. This will have a couple of banners, but the only one of them is going to have a new character. It's going to be the 5-star Lancer, Vritra. She's not going to be limited, but she is going to be available as a new 5-star Lancer. You will also have the ability to pull for Karna and Arjuna. And then for 4-star characters, you'll have Beowulf, Martha, and Parvati, and it's going to be the Summer Martha as well, so that's another summer character added to the mix. This will also introduce us to Santa Karna as the event character with another lottery event to round out the year for 2022. So yeah, ultimately, like I said, the new characters aren't really the best of the best. Now you do have Arctoria, who is the best of the best. But outside of that, there's really not too many like must-haves in the year. I'll be pulling for a fair few banners in this year, though, trying to complete like some of the characters that I haven't had previously. There's a really good opportunity to go back and like get some of those older characters, and that's great because, you know, like I said, some of the characters aren't really the greatest this year, so you can definitely focus on getting the older characters that you've missed over the course of the years. So really good way to catch up this year. I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully by the end of the year I can actually have completed all of the characters in the game. That's definitely one of my goals for this game. Really gonna try hard to make that happen. But yeah, guys, I think I've been talking long enough. Let me know in the comments down below which banners you guys are looking forward to the most, which servants you guys are looking forward to the most. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I do have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. So feel free to check those out. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next episode of the 25 Days of Fate.